What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Superman Action Comics, issue 1063. This is the conclusion to Backwards Metropolis with Bizarro number 1. And in the last issue, what we saw is Bizarro taking over everything. The entire world was turned into Bizarros. Everyone he knows, everyone that he loves, they have all turned into the worst versions of themselves. All except for one. That one is the Joker. With the Joker being turned into a Bizarro, he turns into the best version of himself, the most sane version of the Joker to ever exist. And in these troubling times, Superman has no one else to turn to, and so he calls on the Joker, the most sane man in the world, to bring down Bizarro. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we pick up in the mindscape of Superman. And in his mindscape, it contains an exact replica of the entire Earth. This is Superman's beat. This is his neighborhood. 197 million square miles. He has always tried his best to know every single inch of it. But on this moment in time, there is not a single person to be found within the mindscape on this mind Earth. This whole time, Joker having a conversation letting him know that your doubts are growing, and with that, Bizarro number 1 will be showing up any second. And Superman can see him tearing through the city, telling Superman that if your mind falls, what remains of the world also falls with it. He tells Superman that he believes in him with all of his heart, and then Bizarro comes. Except this Bizarro in the mindscape of Superman, he's teeny tiny in comparison. You could say maybe he's a foot tall. When Bizarro was obliterated by his own magic spell, a bit of his psyche was magically embedded into the mind of Superman, kind of like shrapnel, and so he may be small, only a splinter under the skin, but he is powered by magic. While his size is an adorable little pint-sized Bizarro number 1, he's still unimaginably strong, with Superman being punched through the planet, arriving somewhere on the coast of Australia. Superman knows that him wielding this power, he won't be able to hold anything back. How does he stop him without killing whatever is left of Bizarro? And Joker, Superman, they both know the answer to this. But right now, he's got to focus. Because in the real world, we see that the trouble is right there behind them. Bizarro is getting bigger in the mindscape. With every punch, with every pummel, the more that he weakens Superman's defenses, his mental defenses, the stronger Bizarro will grow. The more control he will attempt to exert over Superman's own mind. Between the Kryptonian meditation techniques, coupled with the world's last sane man, Bizarro Joker, as his mental guide, that's how Superman finds himself now waging war within the recesses of his own mind. Every punch that he feels, it's like it's knuckling directly into his brain. With Australia falling into the sea, Superman trying to figure out what's going on in the real world, Joker is driving an ice cream truck with Superman in the back and the world of Bizarros chasing them down. In the mindscape, Bizarro has grown in huge size. Towering over Superman at this point, Superman is still giving all he has, trying to fight against him in the best ways, but Superman is simply no match. Bizarro mixed with the magic, he is absolutely decimating Superman. And with his mental mind being broken, we see Superman in the real world fly out of that ice cream truck. He rises up to the sky, and he starts beating the living heck out of himself. With this happening in the real world in the mindscape, his mind Earth has been destroyed. Superman reaching into his own chest. This is where Bizarro ends Superman's life. In the real world, Superman is feeling this weight. This is what they have to do. This was all part of the plan. With Joker by his side, Superman dies many times this day, all within the Man of Steel's mind, but he feels the agony as if it were real. Every final blood-gurgling breath, Just before he gasps back to life and does it again. 89 times, Superman dies. And all at the hands of Bizarro. After 89 times, Superman finally gives in. His body gives way, Bizarro starts to take over, only for Bizarro to be hit. Superman telling him that my body might be broken, but my mind will never break. This is when Bizarro understands what he needs to do. All of this power coursing through Superman's veins. They must go destroy the sun. And that's exactly what Bizarro does. The light fading from his mind, Bizarro kills him again in the darkness. He will kill him another 13 times. Superman being bled dry of every last drop of starlight. And then all that remains is Bizarro. Bizarro taking over the world, defeating Superman finally, having absolute control over Superman's body. This is where he has a conversation with the Joker, giving Bizarro a piece of advice, saying don't expect the rest of the world to change in order to fix what is broken inside of you. To take it from him, it never works. What follows is an epic battle the likes of which the world has never seen. Against the most powerful figure on the face of the planet, the final stand for the fate of human civilization as we know it. The Joker fights it with nothing but words and a grin. Joker speaks of his hopes, his deepest fears, of dreams he had never described to any unmurdered soul, of the many regrets, his long career of carnage. He speaks in truth so stark and pure that Bizarro is left trembling from the mere act of hearing them so bravely and boldly utterly told. It is very likely the finest display of sympathy, sensitivity, and high-minded sanity in the entire history of the human spoken word. All to fight a battle the rest of the world will never even know took place. But him saying all of this to Bizarro, he wasn't telling this to Bizarro number 1. He was saying all of this to Kal-El. And in the darkness, Superman breaks free. Superman takes control of his body yet again. This was all part of their plan. Once Bizarro took control of his mind, he had control of Bizarro's mind. He can see the magical threads he pulled to cast his spell, and now he sees how to untangle this mess. Taking in all of this magic even though it puts him in a weakened state. He tells the Joker that when this is reversed, everything will go back to normal. No threads can be left out of place, or reality might come unraveled. That means the Joker will go back to exactly who he was before. With the untanglement almost complete, the Joker tells him that it has been an honor. The Joker, Superman's pal. And in a blinding light, everything returns to normal. A few days later, buses are running like normal. School bells are ringing, the city is rebuilding, and Metropolis is already back in business. To them, it never happened. The spell was reversed across the globe within a matter of minutes. Not a soul knows what happened except for Superman. Of course, police have no leads on the whereabouts of Joker. He slipped away while Superman was busy reversing the spell. Joker is in the wind like he was before. Exactly like he was before. And when he looks in the mirror, there may be no sign of Bizarro number 1, no evidence that he survived the spell, none at all. But there is just a whisper inside Superman's head. Sometimes when it's quiet, the growl from somewhere deep. Be Bizarro, it says. But Superman never listens because he is too busy being Superman. And that will end this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Another great issue from DC Comics. There's not many fantastic things coming out from DC, but the few things that we do cover, they're doing really well. Whether it be Green Lantern, whether it be Batman, or whether it be Superman. Now this one is going to end the Bizarro arc, and we're going to be moving into the House of Brainiac. A story that I am very excited for, but this story was a lot of fun. Seeing the most sane version of the Joker to ever exist. He is able to help out Superman by giving one of the best speeches the world has ever seen, the world has ever heard. Of course, we don't actually hear this speech, they just tell us that it is the best speech. It was fun seeing Joker in this parameter. It's kind of like almost a Constantine feel to it. But we finally understand how all of this happened. When Bizarro did his magical spell, a piece of Bizarro had been embedded into the mind of Superman. This is what caused all of this stuff to take place and to continue happening. Bizarro being able to transform the whole world into his image. It took the end of the world and the most unlikely of allies to finally win the day. A story where the Joker helps save the world with Superman by his side, and no one will ever know. Definitely a fun issue. I cannot wait for more Action Comics. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.